A very good morning, my dear students, and welcome to Digital World of Pathania Public School. But in previous lecture, we learned about the list. But here in this video, we start our chapter number 12. Very small chapter is there. Tuple. What is the tuple? So in this chapter, we are learn here what is tuple, creating and accessing tuple, tuple operations, and some functions of tuple like your string and the list. What is tuple? Tuple are the sequences. Tuples are the sequences that are used. Tuples are the sequences that are used to store a tuple of values of any type. You can store the values in the tuple, your integer value, you can store your floating value, you can store your character value, you can store your mixed value. One value is integer, second is your float, and third one is your string. You can input like this. Tuple is your immutable. Tuples are immutable. You cannot change the element of a tuple in place. So Python will create a fresh tuple when you make changes to an element of a tuple. Tuple is a type of sequence like string, list, but it differs from them in the way that lists are mutable, but string and tuple are immutable. Immutable means changeable, modifiable. So creating and accessing tuple, you can create a tuple if without element you can create it. So this is your empty tuple, this is your integer type tuple, this is your floating and integer tuple, this is your character tuple, mixed tuple is there, and your string tuple is there. So what is immutable and what is mutable, you can see my previous video. We have already learned the point mutable and immutable. So creating tuple, how you can create the tuple? You can create integer tuple like comma with the use of comma operator. You write down element 2, comma 4, comma 6. You can write down 1, comma 2, comma 3. Or you can, if you can want to input the string value, then you can use with the curly brace to use with the uh, quotes, or you can use with the inverted commas, and you can also input the string and character value directly without using the inverted comma or the code. So how you can create this? You can write down in the two way. If you want to write down the empty, then you just write down the blank tuple here, but if you want to create the multiple value, then you can write down here. So now here we are learn the empty tuple, how you can create the empty tuple. Just write down, open your python here, just click on the start, then click on python and click on the python 3.7 IDLE. Okay, after that, if you want to create the empty tuple, you write down t is equal to, and just start the parenthesis here and close. So for example, t is equal to, and you can write down the name of the tuple here, and just use parentheses. If you use the square bracket, then you create the list, but if you use the parentheses, it means you create the tuple. Just click on it, and when you press the t, when you write down the t, you see here, this is your empty tuple, this is your empty tuple. But one more thing here, single element tuple, making a tuple with a single element is tricky, because if you just give a single element in the round bracket, Python consider if a value only. So one was created as an integer expression, hence t store an integer, not a tuple. If you write down in this way, write t is equal to, and you directly write down this one. Okay, and you print the t here. So this is the integer type, this is not the your tuple type. But if you write down t is equal to 3 comma, or you can write down 3 is equal to 3 comma, both are the same things, both are the same things. But here one change is there. You use after the t, equal sign. Equal sign is required here, and then you can press the this one, and then you if you write down the t, then it displays the answer like this. But if you want to write down like this, so your answer is 4 comma. So both these ways will create tuple. Both these ways to create tuple. One is your long tuple. In long tuple you can uh, input many element, then to enter such long tuple you can split it across several lines. So how you can create this? For example, I have taken the variable name sqr is equal to, and then I have used here 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6 comma 7 comma 2 comma 5 comma 4 comma 6 comma 7. So this is your simple uh, tuple. This is your simple tuple. But if we write down multiple line, so this is your long tuple. So copy it, and I have again copied this with comma, and paste here, again comma, then paste here. So again comma, paste here, comma, paste here, and then close it. This okay, here is the change. Comma is missing and your value is missing from here, so you can copy it again, copy it again, and you paste here and use the parentheses. Now if you want to display sqr, so your long tuple will be displayed here. Long tuple you can split it across several lines. Notice that the opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis appear just in the beginning and end of the tuple. And next is your nested tuple. In nested tuple, for example, t is equal to, and here I have written 1 comma 2. This is my one list a tuple, and again I have written here 3 comma 4 with the bracket. So this is your nested tuple. Tuple between tuple is your nested tuple. Creating tuple from existing sequence. If you have already create a tuple, then how you can change it? You can also use the built-in tuple type object tuple function. You can use here tuple function to create tuple from sequence as per the syntax given below, like t is equal to, and you can write down tuple here. You can write down tuple here, and in tuple you can write down for example, we have want to write down here 10, and then close it. So some error is there, so see what is the error here. We required sequence can be any kind of sequence object including string, list, and tuple. So how you write this first? Okay, Python creates the individual element of the tuple from individual element of pass sequence. If you pass in another tuple, you can only pass in the another tuple. The tuple function make a copy. So first you need to write down the tuple here to create the tuple here. For example, I have taken here t1 is equal to, and I have used tuple, and in tuple I have written here 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 and close it. Again error is there. You can use this method for creating tuple of single character or single digit via keyboard input. Consider the code is, so what is the error here? One time we have written here the in between the character value, for example this like this. Okay, it take the string value here, and now you can write down here. So beta here if you are already create the tuple in your string or character type, then you can input. So each create for another sequence a string, like we have written here a b c d. It generate individual element from the individual. Or again you can write down if is equal to any value. If you can write down, for example, I have taken here uh, T. I have taken here T, for example. I have taken only any name T, A, B, C that you want. T is equal to, and I have written like this, mm, H E double L O, and then close the bracket here. Okay, after that you write down, we create here tuple 2, and just you write down is equal to tuple, and you use here the name of the first T. Now what is answer of T2? The answer of the T2 is HE double LO. Why? Because first we create the list and then we input in the tuple 2. So you can input it with the existing, you can copy it from the there. So if you are inputting a tuple from with AVIL is a function that are used to input any value from the user side, then make sure to enclose the tuple element in parentheses. Please note something, sometimes, not always, AVIL does not work in Python shell. At that time you can run it through a script tool. So we cannot write here, open your Python in the script mode. I have already written this program. So you see here, I have taken a one tuple t1, and the name is tuple. Tuple is a function. With the help of this we can input the value, we can input any value, integer value, float value. So without AVIL you cannot input the different types of value. You can just input the string value here with the tuple. But here I have inputted three variable t1, t2, t3. So here these are the not variable, these are the tuple, three tuples, and I have just print the t1, t2, t3. So okay, and so run this program, and here you can write down tuple 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 like this, and here I have written 6 comma 7 comma 8 comma 9 like this, or here I have written HELLO. Okay, so now you see the output 1 comma 2 comma 4 comma 3 and the hello. So this is the your tuple program with the use of AVIL. And but if you want to display the type, if you want to display the type of any type means your this is your tuple type or anything else. So you can write down here uh, print, and then you can write down type, type, and after that you can close the parenthesis here. Now you can run this program. Again you input here like this, then you can input here 5 comma 6 comma 7 comma 8 like this, and then you can input like this. So now you see a class, your data type is also displayed here, and this is your tuple. This is the type is the type of the tuple 2 is, the type of the tuple 2 is tuple. So it displays a tuple. Okay, now the next is your okay, again this is your mpt and seeing we already done all these, and after that you see, yes, we do this program, and we do this also. Now accessing tuple, how the tuple will be accessed. So tuple are immutable, non editable sequence having a progression of element, thus other than editing item you can do all that you can do with the list. Thus like a list, you can access it individual element. Before we talk about we learn our indexing in the tuple. Similarity with list, tuple are very much similar to the list except the mutability. In other words, tuple are the immutable counterpart of the list. Tuple are the immutable counterpart of the list. Thus, like list, tuple element are also indexed. Forwarding index and negative index we have already learned. We have already start from the 0, so 0 to upper minus 1, and the negative indexing may always start with the minus 1. So if you use it, so you see here, put in other word, tuple are similar to list following ways. Length. What is the difference or similarity here? So here we are discussing about the similarity of tuple. So length function length return the number of item count in the tuple type, and indexing and slicing T1 I return the item at index I. The first item has index 0, and if you write down Ti and colon j, return a new tuple containing the object between I and j, excluding index j here. And if you write down Ti colon j comma colon n, then return a new tuple. Then return a new tuple containing every nth item from index I to j, excluding index, just like list. Membership operator, in and not operator also here, concatenation operator, plus and multiply operator, and we have already know plus means your uh, concatenation, joining of two string or two values, and multiplication means replicating the any value. So as accessing individual element, if you want to access the individual element, then the tuple are accessed through their indexes given in sequence bracket, just like list. Consider the following like this. If you want to display the 0, then it display the a. If you want to display u, then what is the indexing? 0 1 2 3 4. So 4 is there, so it display the u here, because you want to display the indexing of this. Okay, and you see here, write a program to print a tuple first three and last three element in the following manner. So first you can input a tuple, and then you can 0 and minus 1 and 1 or minus 2 and 2 or 3. So we have inputted here 11 12 13 14 15 17 18 like this. So what is the on the place of 0? 11. What is the place of minus 1? 19. So first answer is your 11 and 19. T1. So T1 is your 12, and from the last minus 2. Minus 2 is your 18. So your answer is 12 and 18. And next time it want to display the T2 and T minus 3. So minus 3 is here 17, and 2 0 1 2 13 is there. So 13 and 17 answer will be displayed on your screen. Okay, and recall that like string, if you pass in a negative index, Python adds the length of the tuple to the index to get its forward index. That is for a sixth element tuple t minus 5. T minus 5. Okay, and like t is equal to minus 5 plus 6, so it is equal to 1. So difference from list, what is the difference from the list? For although tuple, yes, although tuple are similar to the list in many ways, yet there is an important difference in mutability of the two. Tuple are not mutable, while list are mutable. You cannot change individual element on a tuple in place, but list allow you to do so. So that is the following statement is fully valid for the list, but not for the tuple. Like this, you can input li, so l equal element, t is equal to again, so valid for list this, but not for the tuple here. So tuple you can input like the element, but this is your invalid form. In tuple you can write down an element like simple this one, but in you cannot. So this is your invalid way, but in this is your valid way. Okay, And next is your immutable type with mutable element. Immutable type with mutable element. And now it is clear to you that immutable type like tuple cannot have the item assignment. You cannot change its element. But what if that a tuple contain mutable element? List at its element in the case, would you be able to modify list of the tuple or not? Okay, so you can learn mutability and immutability from my previous video. We have already discussed this point, and so you to understand, go through the following examples. Say you have a tuple which store two element list type like this one. This is you can input with the list. Here you can see we have create one list here and one list here, but complete is your tuple. Internally, the above tuple will store its list element as given in adjacent figure. Now, if you try to modify the element of tuple number by given a statement like this, so it display a error, object does not support item assignment. Why? Because your list is mutable. Tuple is immutable, but you cannot change it because you can input the list between the tuple here. So now traversing a tuple, how your tuple will be travel. If you want to travel in the tuple, means a sequence means accessing and processing each element of it. Thus traversing a tuple also means the same, and same is the tool for it. The Python loops, the for loop makes it easy to traverse or loop over the item in a tuple. As per following syntax, you can write down for item in tuple. So process each item here. For example, following loop shows an item of a tuple t in separate lines. If you want to display in the separate line, then how you can do it? Just you can create a tuple. After that, for a in then tuple name, and the tuple name is t. Then I input a colon sign and print t a. Now a you have written here a in the bracket in the list form, so it display like pyi in different line python Python. How it work it? The loop variable a in the above loop will be assigned the tuple element one at a time. So loop variable a will be assigned p in first iteration, and hence p will be printed in second iteration. A will get element y, small y or capital Y will be printed, and so on. If you only need to use the indexes of element, access them, you can use function range. And we have already learned about the range function and len. As per the following syntax, you can write down for index in range length, and then you can write down the name of the tuple. But process, otherwise the second is process tuple index here. So your program will be, or your list will be travel in this way. Next is your tuple operators. Tuple operators. So for this you can do the practical of this. First is your joining. First is your joining operator. And what is the use of your joining operator? Joining two tuple is very easy, just like you perform addition. The plus operator, the concatenation operator, when you used with the two tuple, join two tuples. So how it to join it? Open it. Mm, for example, we have open here, and we have written here t is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3, and after that we have write down here t1 is equal to 4 comma 5 comma 6. So these are your list, but we want to create the tuple here. So what is the error here? We have used the square bracket instead of the parenthesis. So again write down t is equal to, with the parenthesis, 1 comma 2 comma 3, and after that again you write down t1, and in t1 you write down 4 comma 5 comma 6. And now we want to, equal sign is missing here, so again you use it, copy from here, and you can paste here and write down t is equal to, and like this. Okay, now we want to combine it. So for combining, you just write down t plus t1. So what is the answer? You see here, two tuples will be co-join here. Two tuples will be co-join here. And next is your slicing. Slicing, or before the slicing we also use here replicating of operator, star operator. For example, t multiply 3. So here 3 is, this is not multiplication operator, this is your replicating operator here. So you can do join, these are the tuple operators. So slicing that tuple, we have already learned about the list slicing. So here we have learned about the slicing the tuple. Tuple slice, like just list slice or string slice, are the sub part of the tuple extracted out. You can use indexes of tuple element to create tuple slices as per following format. Just you can write down the variable name like sq ri have taken here is equal to, and after that you can write down, for example, we have write down sqr is equal to uh, sq is equal to, and we have written here. First, we have used to create the tuple. So we have the tuple t and t1, and okay, and just write down sequence. We want to display the sequence is equal to t, and we start from the 0, and we want the next is your -1. So what is the output of this? What is the output of this? You see here, bracket is missing. Again you can copy it and write down here and use the, again this one. Mm, again copy it, write down here. Yes, and now you can just write down SCQ. So it display the you are slicing start from the 0 and -1. So indexing will be displayed here, positive indexing and the negative indexing. Next is you are comparing a tuple. If you want to compare the tuple, for example, I have want to create compare t1 is equal to t2. So answer is your false. And if I have written t less than is equal to t1, so your answer is true, because in t we have written down 1 comma 2 comma 3, but in t2 you have written here 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, so now if you want to delete any tuple, so what you do here, just write down del function, del, and then you can write down, for example, we want to remove the 2 from the t. So you just write down del, and then you write down the name of the tuple, del tuple, and in tuple we want to remove the 2. So write down 2 here. So this is the error. This error will be displayed if you write down in this way. If you write down in this way, so error will be displayed like this. And the error is, what is the error here? Tuple object does not support item deletion. Does not support item deletion, but you can delete a complete tuple with del statement. So how you use it? Just write down del and write down the t here, and write down the t here. So and now you want to print, now you see the answer. If we want to print the tuple here. So you see your answer is not there. And what is the error here? T is not defined. Why? Because we have already deleted that list tuple. So how it displayed? No, because we have not now the tuple. See, after using that statement on a tuple, if you try to access print it, Python gives error as the tuple has been deleted and this object exists no more. And one more point is here, unpacking tuple. Unpacking tuple, what do you mean by the unpacking tuple? Creating a tuple from a set of values is called packing. Creating a tuple from a set of values is called packing, and its reverse, that is creating individual value from the tuple element, is called unpacking. So now we are turn on the functions and methods of the tuple here. So tuple functions and method. Python also offer many built-in function and method for tuple manipulation. You have already worked with the one such method len in the string function and the with the list also. So here some useful built-in tuple manipulation method is there. So first is your len function. This method return length of the tuple. The count element in the tuple will be displayed on screen. The max function, the max method return the element from the tuple having the maximum value. Just write down max and then write down the tuple. And the tuple is anything. When you write down first, you can create any tuple and then you can use it. For example, if we want to write down here uh, max and t1, so you can see the answer is 6. And if you want to write down length of the t1, so you see here length of the t1 is your 3. So these are the functions you can use in this way. If you want to calculate the minimum value of the tuple, then you can write down the min and then write down the name of the tuple here. And the next is your sum. If you want to the sum, then you can write down sum and then t1. Already we have created the tuple, so you can sum it. So sum is your here 4 plus 5 plus 6 is there. And if you want to find out the index works with tuple in the same way it works with list. That is, it returns the index of an existing element of a tuple. It is used like this. How you can use it? We have already create the list t1 layer, and now you can just write down t1 dot index, and we want the indexing of 1. Okay, so it display an error. What is the error here? Indexing here. So again you use it. We have create here. Yes, it display the error, but in given item does not exist in tuple, it raise value error. This type of error is called value error. X is not in the tuple. Yes, this is the error here. But if you write down t1 dot index and we want to find out the indexing of the 2, no, 2 is not there. Our values are 4 5 6, I think. So we want to the 5. So you see 5 is on the place of 1. And if you write down tuple name and index of the 6, then you find out the indexing is 2. And if you write down the t1 dot index 4, so here you can write down the value and indexing will be displayed here. So these all are your about the functions. And you see on your book also. So these are your tuple functions and methods, and we have already learned so many functions and method here: len function, maximum function, minimum function, and your sum function, index function. So beta you do the practical of these all the functions. Here is your count function. If you want to count of a member element object in a given sequence list oblique tuple, you can use the count function as per following index sequence name. First you can write down the name of the sequence and count object. So here you see if we want to calculate the 2. So 2 how many times? 1, 2 and 3 times. So answer is 3. And if you want to find out the 7, so 7 is also 2 times. So its answer will be displayed on screen. 2 times, 3 times. So how many times it will be counted here. And next function is sorted. What do you mean by the sort here? This function takes the name of the tuple. This function takes the name of a tuple as an argument and returns a new sorted list with the stored element in it. Stored element in it. So it works as per the following syntax. Just write down sorted, iterable sequence and reverse is equal to false. Iterable sequence is the tuple to be sorted in ascending order. Argument reverse is optional and take a boolean value. If reverse argument is missing or set to false, then the tuple element are sorted in ascending order. If reverse argument is set to true, then the tuple element are sorted in the reverse order in descending order. For example, we have taken here a tuple value is equal to the name of the tuple is val is equal to, and then we write down values here 27, 34, 25, 40, and here we want to display the s value is equal to sorted value, so it display in ascending order, but you have written here reverse is equal to true, then it display in the reverse order. Next is your tuple method. Next is your tuple method. This method is actually the constructor method. This is your constructor method that can be used to create tuple from different tuple of values. It works as per the following. Just write down tuple and sequence takes an optional argument of sequence type returns a tuple. With no argument it return empty tuple. For example, creating empty tuple, just write down tuple. Then if you want to create the string, then you can write down string. So this is your 4K using the uh, creating the tuple. So these all are your summarizing form of the uh, functions, len function, max function. So beta go through it. Indirectly modifying modifying tuple. Tuple are immutable counterpart of list. If you need to modify the contents often of a sequence of mixed type, then you should go for list only. However, if you want to ensure that a sequence of mixed type is not accidentally changed or modified, you go for the tuple. But sometimes you need to retain the sequence as tuple and still need to modify and contents of one point of time. Then you can use one of the two method given here using the tuple unpacking or using the construct function of list and tuple. So list and tuple. So this is your unpacking. Tuple are immutable. To change a tuple, we need to first unpack it, change the values, and then again repack it. So you can write down tuple and you can return here 11, 33, 66, 19. First unpack it. So how you unpack it? Write down a comma b comma c comma d is equal to tp1. Now a second is refine the change desired variable, say c is equal to 77, and now repack the tuple with change value a comma b comma c comma d, and with the constructor you can use here. There is another way of doing the same as explained below. Just write down tuple is equal to and you can return a tuple here and then the salary and age and admin, and if you want to display it, so it display in the this form. Convert the tuple to list using list. So here you can use the conversion file first, make changes desired element in the list, and then create a tuple from the modified list with tuple. So in this way you can do it. So in this trick simple, Is it not simple? You can do the one program here. A tuple T1 stores 11, 21, 31, 42, 51, where its second last element is mistyped. Last means mistype. So write a program to create correct it the second last element as 41. So you just create table and you can then print it with the T1 is equal to list. So here we can input in the list. So here you can see minus 2 is equal to 41. So we change it and then again we write down T1 is equal to tuple T1. So now we have again create the tuple and then display the tuple. So if you want to change, because your tuple is immutable, non-changeable, not modifiable. So if you want to change it, then you can use with the list also. And for this, you can first create the list, then you can find out your element indexing, and then you can change it, and then again you can create the tuple and then print your tuple here. So here our chapter number 12 tuple is completed, and one more point is here, almost completed, but one more point is here, nested tuple. Nested tuple means tuple between the tuple. So we have already done in the starting of your this chapter. And after that, functions of nested tuple. Functions of nesting tuple is your len, count, index. So whether both already we done these all the programs. Inner you can do like this also. So do the practical of this chapter completely and learn this chapter. And if anyone have any problem in this chapter, please discuss with me in Zoom class. So thank you so much for watching this video. Here our chapter number 12 is completed.